Hello guys, welcome to a new episode of Salesforce Courses. And I guess we should just dive in. Double quotes discard. Oh, that's the next step. It's okay. Let's go for this. Let's go for this. We have some like three classes in there, and those classes relate to our user story, so they are called like this. And next step relating to the user story was to discard quotes. That was from 2 days ago, but from yesterday I guess we had another priority. Let's go for it. No, let's just go for this to double quotes discard. And so it relates to quotes, what you have to do in the next one. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into the quotes, sure, and then make sure that we are deleting some quotes. So that's gonna be 21. So that's the system by now, and now we are gonna go like looking for the quotes and what we are gonna do with the quotes, and also what is gonna happening in here. So let's go for execute, and we just wait for the execute to happen. It takes a little bit time, but I think there should be created a new one, so a new quote in here. So 2 quotes have been created, and that is not what we want to have. We want to have the same quote as before. And so I guess it's not worthwhile to delete those quotes because we don't have it in the system yet, and that's not a software that had already have an impact on the production. And so we go like this one, and then we need to make sure that we have the insert or upsert or something. That's what we have to look for. Let's go for the insert. That's going to be the contacts. There's a sub thema and a project, but this is not what we want to have. We want to have this quotes for sure though. So this quotes to insert is line 217. So that's going to be the first line, and then we need to make sure that we get the correct one. Okay, so in there the quotes are going to be added, so that's line 282, and then we need to go in between. So now we have to figure out where the quote is coming from. So the quote is coming from here, but we need to get the correct quote. So before there should be something like from quote. So there is going to be all the quotes we have, and so in here we have the quotes list, and that is what we figure out how many quotes are in there. Let's go like the size, yeah, and save this one. Okay, now it's only getting the size, but by now I'm just downloading it, and also I'm going to let it run. And this time I will go for the quotes list, and the quotes list is empty, to be honest. So as the quotes list is empty, what we need to do, we're can just think about it a little bit. It is empty because of the lowest worker date, yeah? And also about the highest worker date. So the lowest worker date, let's go for this. And also we want to have the highest worker date, that's why we have to put in this one. Then we go like this. Put it in. And the highest worker date. That's going to be in. Let's save. And so we make sure that we don't have the lowest worker date and the highest worker date yet. That is one thing. Let's go to the line now. Let's go to the lowest worker date. Where is it defined? It's going to be in here. And let's go, if it has been set, then we will say system.debug. And we will set the worker date. So reset the lowest worker date. That is what we want to figure out. Then we get the new date. Yeah. And so we are able to get date by date. And so we are getting the lowest worker date, if it's really the lowest worker date. And also the same for the highest worker date, right? Maybe it's not possible to do something like this, but we will figure out. So in here, we have all the worker dates. Let's go back to the worker date. Where is it defined? Defined is up here. So that's the definition. There it is being set. And there it is being, sorry, and here it is being used. And so it's going to get the lowest worker date. So we need to reset one, okay, and then we go like execution. Then we need to wait a little bit for it again. The quote is going to be 25. Let's wait for it a little bit. And in between we also can think about it. Is it right what we have done? Is it not right what we have done? And then we go like the worker date in here. Let's download the one. Taking a little bit of time, so it's some megabytes. That's why I changed the log levels. Oh, that was quick. All the other stuff we can close. Let's go for this one. So the reset is going to 2020, 9 and 3. Okay. Okay, that's 9.3. Let's go into the data. So I guess that's right, to be honest. That should be right. Yes, that's the lowest date. So also the lowest worker date should be like, go to it. Let's go to it. We need to jump. That's the lowest worker date. Let's have a look on this. That's also the lowest worker date, and so it's going to be in here. Let's go for the operation. But it needs, the license begin needs to be bigger. Yes. Let's go for the quotes, which value they have. Not one example, just the last example for sure. So we need to get the created date. We don't have it in the overview, so we put like select field to display, and we put it put the created date in there. We have to create it by expiration date. Let's say the last modified date. That's also we don't have. Okay, then we can do it by number. So that's going to be the last one. And here we have the quote number. Okay, that's great. Let's go for the license begin is this one, so that should be fine, to be honest. Okay. I need to put in the license end in here, right? So that's why I'm going for the quote. Put it out of here, and then you need to get the license ended. That is what we have to compare with each other. So the license end is going to be like this. And then that's going to be the license end. And by now, I think there shouldn't come any double quote again. So let's go for execute last. So it's going to hit it again. After this, there shouldn't be any new quote. So it's taking the last quote, or maybe the first quote. Yeah, it's taking the first quote, I guess. And let's say, no, it's still creating one. The highest worker date. Let's go for the highest worker date. In this one for sure. So that's going to be the highest worker date. I guess that's fine. That's the 8th of September. So that's going to be fine, I guess. So we need to get the quotes list. What is going to be in there? Maybe it's because of this condition here, the name in the set. So let's go for this at first. So there's going to be no quote in there, and that is why the opportunity name is going to be like this. So we need to put in the names of the opportunities for sure. So we need to put in like this. Because it's not because of the list, it's just because of some conditions in there. So we verified this condition, we verified this condition. So you have to go step by step, right? So that's the logic in there. And so we're gonna go like what is that called? Verify conditions in SOQL Query. Use keyset of a map. Use date fields to compare. Something like this, yeah. Let's save, and maybe you can find it a little bit better. And for now, I will just hit it again, the execute one. So I cannot test it really well, just because it's going to make call-outs, and that is why I cannot really figure out. But last time, yeah, we have done a test, and so we can test it later on. At this point, I think it's okay, because I can remember later on. And if you can remember, you can just skip the test and go on with the functionality, right? So if the functionality has been developed, you are able to do it at least in the development console, and so the people would be able to use the software at least. Let's go for this. I think that needs to be in there. It's gonna be in there. Yeah, this is gonna, and then the key set is hello world, Yamumanka. Okay, hello world and Yamumanka. So that's gonna be fine in my opinion. And then the opportunity name is like this. Okay, but it's not going to do it, to be honest. Opportunity.name, actually that should be this one. Let us see why it is. Let's go to the opportunity name. Let's go like, that's Yamumanka. Okay, so Yamumanka is gonna be like this, and so actually that should be fine, to be honest. Yeah. And so the Leistungsbeginn is the right one. The Leistungsbeginn is the right one. Yeah, let's go for the quote. There are a lot of okay. Okay, sure. The quotes I'll just put to this one. That's why it's gonna be like this. And so actually that should be fine. Okay, let's go for taking out something like let's take out this. And this. No, just this. And then we just go like this. Hit save. And let's go for the opportunities. Maybe it's working like this, and only because of the dates it's not working. So that is what that's different types. That's why I'm testing the different types. And I just need to distinguish between some groups, and that's why I'm just trying out the types. Yeah. All that you see here will happen later on in a background, and so nobody needs to wait for it. It would be like the target would be to put it into a schedule, and the schedule would run once a day. And then it's gonna go in and takes out all the stuff. So let's go for this one. Let's go for the quotes again. So we have the quotes in here. So the quotes are like, okay. I guess it's fine because of the name. Oh, so the lowest value or the highest value. Okay, I understand. It's the highest value, but the license ended must be. Okay, the highest value can be, then it's gonna be in here. So it's because of the highest value or the highest worker date. So the highest worker date can be smaller than the Leistungsende. It can be smaller, but it doesn't need to. Actually, we have the Leistungsbeginn. Okay, so we are getting all the stuff in here. I guess that is fine. We can let it. Yeah. But the other condition is not fine, because the highest worker date is just not in this month. So we need to make sure that it's going to be in this month, and then it's fine. So it's only getting the stuff it should get. Yeah. So this is how you can understand this. So we're going for the highest worker date. Yeah. And then we go for the highest worker date will be will be put in here. We just need to put it just before this one. So we need to put the highest worker date as the same as. Then we are just setting. No, that's a bummer. Let's say it's adding some days, and then we need minus day, yeah, minus the days. Then we just need the highest worker date dot days, yeah, it's like the day, and minus and plus 1, yeah. So that's gonna adding it. So it's subtracting the amount of days. So it's gonna be the 0, and then it's gonna be the day 1 always. And also we have to add month, and then we're gonna add 1 month. And as we have added 1 month, as we are getting 1 month, then this is going to be our highest value for sure. So at month, that's going to be the last or the first. Yeah, it's going to be the first. It's fine, so we can just put it like this. And I guess that's fine. And so we are just hitting the one again. So let's go like execute last. In this case, we don't need to put out any quotes because it's only in this environment and it's not in the production, and so we don't need to get out any quote. We don't need to delete any quote. Yeah? So, but still, there are coming some quotes, and so we go for the highest worker date. Yeah? That is what I want to figure out. Which worker date is in there? That's the first of, yeah, that's fine, to be honest. The quotes list, how's it gonna be? So it's gonna be 0, still 0. Hello world and Yamamanka. So we have seen that this is gonna be fine. So the Leistungsende needs to, okay, let's go for just this condition. Then we will execute last again, and now we can make sure that it's because of this condition and also this condition, to make sure that the conditions are correct. That's the quotes list. There are going to be 10 quotes in there, and that is fine in my opinion. Yeah. So no additional quote is going to be added. Oh, it is. Okay, additional quotes came, but it's getting out something. So let's say we're just getting this one. Then we go again. Quotes list. So we're gonna have a quote in here. That's gonna be the Leistungsbeginn. Yeah, that's the 7th of that's the 7th of no. Yeah, it's bigger or equal to lowest worker date. That's okay. Okay. Let's put in the next stuff. That's the Leistungsbeginn and Leistungsende. Hit save. Why is that? Okay, I cannot change this to, that's okay. Then I will go to the report. I will just create a quick one, so just create a report. It's gonna be a quote report. So just quotes, maybe this. And then we need to put in something like Leistungsbeginn und Leistungsende. Maybe also the opportunity name. Yeah, just hit one, it's fine. And so we have the Leistungsbeginn, also the Leistungsende, and then we go like this. And then we have this one. 14.10. Okay, what we have made sure that the lowest worker date is, yeah, I think we can just, that's fine in my opinion. So we go like okay and okay. The quote list is not okay, so there's getting, let's say we need to order it by created date, ascending, yeah, just do it like this. What we need to make sure that the Leistungsende is just smaller than the highest worker date. Yeah, that is what we need to make sure. And relating to this overview, it's gonna be all the stuff in here. So the highest value out of the must be smaller than the one. So this is not going to be the case. So I should get out those. Actually, that is fine. Then we just go like execute last. Taking a little bit time for sure. So the highest value we have it within the month, and the lowest value we also have. Let's go like this. Let's go for download, and then we go like the quotes list and go for this one. So it's going to be this quote. It's the first, yeah, that's going to be fine, to be honest. So Leistungsbeginn is like this. So this should be fine. This should be fine. So actually, the Leistungsbeginn must be bigger. There must be something in there, actually. List index out of bounds. So there's not gonna be any. That's going to be the lowest, and also the lowest needs to be put as well. Yeah. So we go like the lowest is almost like this, and then we go like the lowest is gonna be like this one, this one, this one, and not this one. So now we have the first of the month and the first of the month of the next month after this. So we go clear. And then we go like execute last, and so there should be exactly one quote because there's only one quote. In this case, one quote. Yeah. It's for the worker. Yeah. Yeah. They're only shown the quotes for the workers. So we go like not get. Let's go like. This one we just go like this, and the quotes list dot size is like this one. Hit save. Yeah, by now it should be fine, to be honest. So now we go like this one, but yeah, we didn't download it yet, but okay, that's gonna be this. Maybe it didn't add any. Why is that? Just because of the type here, no? The report type. So I guess that is why. Or we just have all the quotes. So we have all the quotes, and also the created date is like all the time. Apply and run. And so we have all the stuff in here. That's fine. Okay, great. By now we just did it like this. The size should be like I mean 10 or 12 or something, but there shouldn't. The algorithm hasn't added anything, so that's great, to be honest. I think it's not getting the must be normal. 26. Yeah, we have 26 quotes in there, but that's not gonna be a big deal because we're just not creating any new stuff in there. So all the stuff should be get by this, to be honest. But if it is already existing, so we don't need to put any data in there, just because it already did it. Yeah. So if it's already in there, so the quote is already existing, then it can leave it. Yeah. We can leave it. I think we can leave it then, because yeah, it's gonna be fine. So the quote is not gonna be inserted. No, only if the quote is not existing, so it's inserted. But if the quote is existing, then the Arbeitszeiten are not gonna be put. Yeah. So from here, blah blah blah. And then if the quote is null, yeah, but otherwise nothing will happen in here because we are just putting the quotes and so on. I guess we already can take this out. And also this one. It's just taking performance, that's why we're taking it out again. We're going for the Mitarbeiter and then we're going for the quotes for sure. We are putting the right opportunity ID in there. I guess the opportunity is going to be inserted. So we go like this. Year and month and something like this. We are getting the quote, that is okay. But we must flag that the quote has been already existing, and so we are not gonna adding any Arbeitszeit. Okay, that's gonna be this one. Okay. So we have the working times to insert for sure. So we go like this. But we are not adding any item yet. Yeah. That is okay. Because only if the quote has not been existing yet, then we can insert the Arbeitszeiten. Otherwise we won't. So let's go like we are inserting the quotes for sure. And if the quote, let's say we are getting the quote ID, and from the quote ID we say this quote has been inserted and the other has not. Yeah? And so we go like map. No, we go like set. That's, I think that's enough. Inserted quotes. So new set of ID. And the inserted quotes will be like in here. That's going to be a loop. And then we know it's not an IDs set. Minus ID dot ID. Then we have also the quotes ID, and then only if does here contains key. No, I think contains is this what I'm looking for. It's gonna containing this. Then we put all the stuff we need to put, and we will add all the stuff in there. Yeah, only then. And that is fine. So I guess that should do what we want to have. Actually, it's not gonna inserting any quote. So we will go like execute last. It's not going to insert any quote, I guess. Yeah. And also not going to insert any working time. But the code should run, to be honest. That's great. Yes, that's fine, and it's gonna getting the first one. So it's gonna be like this, but to make sure that we are getting a clean system, I will just we'll just do this, and then I will just delete all the select ID from quote and also from opportunities, I guess. So I want to make sure that it is working with a clean system. We also need to delete select ID from opportunity. Execute, please. It's taking a little bit of time for sure. So we're gonna go like this, and that's fine. And we're gonna go like this. It's also fine. So that's okay. And for now, we must make sure that the algorithm is working. And that's going to be an index that is out of bounds. That is fine, because there doesn't need to be an index. So we just put this out, I guess. We don't need to debug again. That was just to be able to understand something, what is happening within the code. So we're going to do it again. And in the meantime, we can put the next stuff in there. So write test classes with test cases. We will share. Then it's gonna getting into an error. $135. Oh no, sorry. We go like insert fail. That's the last one we are doing. Yeah. Insert fail. So we go like cannot update blah blah blah. Attempt to dereference a null object. So we go like this, put it in here. It was the last error we had. Yeah. And that's the session for today. Thanks for listening and have a nice day, and also a nice weekend for sure. We will see on Monday. Bye bye.